Crazy Geezer's back with another episode of the Crazy Geezer podcast, and my best friend of 39 years, well, he's practically a brother at this point, is here. His name's Strat-Edgy Gaming, and welcome, sir.
How's it going, man?
Great. So, what do you want to talk about?
I don't know what to tell you, man. Where should I start?
School.
School. All right. Well, your boy Paulie realized at a certain point that this whole YouTube thing ain't all it's cracked up to be.
Yes.
And things are getting hard, and I just said, I'm gonna go back to school because it would be nice to have a skill other than being poor to be, good at something else. And I started going for engineering. So, we'll see how that goes. I'm still doing the math. And apparently 4th and 5th grade math is very difficult, apparently.
What you doing was not 4th or 5th grade math. That was like pre-algebra type stuff. That's like 11th grade level.
Well, I haven't done it in, I don't know, 25 years probably.
More or less.
So, yeah. So, pretty brutal. And the fact that they're like making you cram it all into your brain in like 3 weeks is pretty brutal. But yeah, makes for good drama on the streams, right? When I'm doing homework, banging my head against the wall and wishing I was dying.
You know what? I have to say, so just for those tuning in, Strat here has been doing live streams, doing his homework. And I got to say, for some reason, it just feels refreshing.
Why do you say that?
because I feel like I'm doing the homework with you, for one.
Yeah.
And then the other is like, well, he's doing something. What am I doing with my free time?
Yeah. Well, like the real reason I'm doing this, like, let's be clear. The real reason I'm doing this is, I have 3 kids. One of them has gone off on his own, and I always wanted to be like a kind of guy that they could look up to, and I don't feel like I've ever kind of lived up to that. So I figured if even at my age, if I could go back to school and do what I think is one of the harder degrees, engineering, if I could do that, if I could pull that off, they could basically do anything. And I'm just hoping it inspires them to do better things,
So it's not just for you, then it's not just for financial comfort, but also you're doing it as a means of inspiration for others, including especially your kids.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say it's like 50-50, Like when I first started my YouTube channel, I think I was mostly concerned with like connecting with people, right?
Yes.
On like a deeper, meaningful level.
Absolutely.
And some of those older videos, for some reason, really resonated with a lot of people. And, we get like really heart-wrenching stories in the comments about people like being on chemo or, stuff like that. And that's when I really enjoyed it, right? And then I made it my job. And all of those priorities kind of like fluttered away. And my wife was like, you know what you should do? You should stream everything. You should stream this whole journey of school so that not just your kids can benefit from the inspiration, but so can other people.
Exactly.
Right? And that's why I'm really busting my ass, because I've always been told like, if you just work hard enough, you'll get whatever you want. You just got to work really hard at it. And it was never the case. You know what I mean?
No.
The fucking system is rigged.
Oh,
it's never the case.
So I'll give you an example. You've heard of the expression, falling upstairs or failing upwards. You, unfortunately, are a classic example of succeeding downwards.
Unfortunately. Yeah.
Unfortunately.
But the whole point of that diatribe was that I want to prove to myself that hard work can do it. Because enough people wouldn't be saying it if it weren't fucking true in
That's
some
true.
way. So, yeah. So I want to prove it to them. I want to prove it to everybody else. And I just want to, I don't know. If I could be inspiration to somebody, that'd be great. If not, whatever, you know. But like, I'm going to get really like tangential and kind of like out there for a minute. Is that
Sure.
okay?
You do
All
what you have
right.
to do.
All right. So recently I kind of had an epiphany, right? Because I've been doing this YouTube thing for so long. I think it's
Right.
been like 5 years at this point.
Mhm.
And a lot of that time has been spent thinking like, what can I do for money? How can I make more money? How can I make more money? Right. And your life becomes, you know, obsessive over this one thing because you need it to survive, right? But because you need it to survive and you're so focused on it, you sabotage yourself and you do things that you shouldn't do, right? Because my instinct was always to be like inspirational or get people thinking about things differently. And I completely lost that. Like, I just forgot all about that, right? Because I got obsessed with chasing the money and it never came because why would it? Right.
Uh,
And so I figured, let me go back to school. Let me get back to that original idea that was, you know, be inspirational, try to like get people to think and do things for themselves. And like, I was at school a couple days ago and there was like a student government association meeting. And I went in there and I was talking to this one kid and he was very flighty, right? You know what flighty means? Like, yeah, I can't really talk about it, you know, but like, just trust me, you know, people are listening and I don't want to really get into it, right? And I was like,
eh,
oh, no, 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 no. Don't be fucking brushing past me on that shit. You're going to tell me what the fuck you're talking about now, right? I just can't get away with that shit. So, I started digging a little deeper, right? And because he had heard me say like, yeah, you know, I'm like kind of like an old school socialist, you know, you know, like I don't tell people that because you know I don't want them to burn me alive. And the kid heard me say that, right? And so he was afraid to talk to me about whatever it is he wanted to talk to me about. And what
oh
he wanted
boy.
to talk to me about was that he was alt right and that he was sick and tired of the bullshit, the politicians, Trump, all of them. He was
Yeah.
sick and tired of all of it. And he knows that they're lying. He knows that the rich are really in charge. And I was just like, okay, wait a minute. Hold on. How do I approach this? Because I can ease this kid in. Because like I'm not a liberal. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm none of those things, right?
You're an independent.
But yeah, but what I want is to pull him into the free thinking crowd, right?
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
What political affiliation are you? None. Right? That's where I would like to get him,
Sure.
right? So that he can start thinking for himself.
Exactly.
Yeah. So he was asking me, like, you know, I've been trying to get out of this rabbit hole for so long and I can't. I don't know what to do, you know, and I was like, yeah, and like YouTube doesn't make it any easier either.
No.
Because they're going to feed you the same shit over and over again that you already like. So if you're trying to break out of that mindset, that's the worst place to be right now, at least. Right.
You mean on YouTube?
Yeah.
Well,
It's
yeah,
the worst place that you could possibly go.
because you're
Take
talking
it
about
away
doom
from the person.
scrolling, right?
No, I'm more talking about the algorithm showing you stuff that you've already liked, right?
Ah, ah.
That's its whole modus operandi is I'm going to show you stuff that you've already liked before and hope that you click on that and watch it, or stuff that's like tangentially related to stuff that you liked before. And let me tell you real quick aside, here is how insidious this algorithm is, okay?
Please.
So on my analytics, it'll show you um, where they recommend your videos on, right?
Uh-huh.
And you can get to understand a lot about your audience because you can see where your videos are getting recommended the most and who's clicking on them and how often they're clicking on them and all that, right? So I used to dig through that data, and they were recommending my video on some of the craziest shit I had ever seen.
Such
Just
as
weird, how to pop a pimple, like just goofy shit like that. You know, right wing sites, left wing channels, everything all over the damn place. It doesn't matter, all over, right? And I got to thinking about it. And what I realized is the reason they're doing that is that their analytics showed them that if they show my type of video in my cohort to my demographics, which is like, 30 and older, if they
sure.
show it to them, they're more likely to click on those things, you know? So when I was telling him, I said, that's the worst place that you could possibly be to break out of that. He's like, so what do I do? I said, well, oddly enough, YouTube is the answer, except you have to know what you're looking for ahead of time, right? So I said, what you do is you go to the following pages, right? In no specific order: H Bomber Guy, ContraPoints, Three Arrows, and Majority Report. It's not that I like those YouTubers or dislike them, right? It's
Right.
just that the moment you do that, YouTube shifts and changes its mind and starts recommending you bread tubers and left tubers and all those guys. And now you're getting your right wing and your left wing.
Oh God.
You get what I'm saying? You're getting both
100%.
now. So you've broken out of the matrix, so to speak, and now you're actually able to get both sides, and in the middle somewhere between this push and pull of facts and lies is the truth. So this is what I told him. And next time I see him, I'm going to ask him. I'll be like, "So did you see any of those people?" In hopes that he has,
So
But yeah, I guess that's all I'm trying to do, because I would be damned if I told people to like believe in this or believe in that anymore. I've realized at a certain point that is pointless. It's useless. You know, it's more like you got to get at the desire in people's hearts to know more and show them how to get it, and hope they take the initiative.
the initiative is always the most important thing.
Yeah.
So let's talk. So, wow, we got heavy here. We're not even 15 minutes in. I
Well, I'm
love
gonna
it.
tell you, dude. I'm gonna tell you because, like, the YouTube thing, like I said, the reason I'm kind of like ramping down a little bit on that and trying to do like a few projects a year that are bigger, but like a little less heartbreaking when they do bad,
Yeah. Well,
because that last video I worked on, it was 3 months of work and nobody saw it. So I had a complete mental breakdown, like went into a depression spiral. It was terrible. And I realized right there, it's like, oh, this isn't worth it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like this isn't worth it anymore,
well,
and I
I
have
can
to like
understand.
get out of it.
I get that considering it took you 3 months to make this video, and then I saw the post that you made on Patreon. Yes, I'm subscribed, and you should
Yeah.
be too. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the audience.
Yeah.
I'll provide that link as well. But yeah, you did go into a major depression.
Yeah. I mean, it was, I just, I don't know what this, like, I'm okay now, right?
Thank
But let
God.
me tell you why I'm okay.
Please.
Okay. Because it's kind of fascinating to me, at least.
Go ahead. Go
So
ahead.
the moment I started going to school, right? And I started being around people again and being out there amongst life, and not in this room 24 hours a day, the moment I got out there and I started seeing the world for what it was, and like I started doing the math and like, because I was really worried about the math because I was
Mm.
like, God, I'm going to suck at
Yeah,
this.
yes, you
And
were.
and the fact that I finally did it and I was able to like pass that quiz on the second try and then ace or not ace it, but pass the exam on the first try, I was like, we're doing it. I could do it, right? And when I realized that, I was like, oh shit, you know what? YouTube is a soul drainer because this is life right here.
Yes.
And I was so busy chasing the algorithm and trying to get that monthly content out that I forgot about life completely. And, like ask my wife sometime, like I will work 7 days a week and take off like 4 hours on Sunday. You know, I
That makes
never got out of the house. So I don't know if there's anybody watching this who wants to become a YouTuber, take it from me. Do not chase what you think the algorithm wants because that will appeal to nobody. That's the truth. Make what makes you horny, so to speak. Make what makes you get a little, a little tingly in your balls when you think about it. All right? That's what you need to do. All right? When you're like, you know what I would really like to do? Like what I would really, really like to do, fucking do it. Shut up, don't talk about it, go do it.
exactly.
Right? Yeah. But don't do anything you don't want to do, because goddamn, I can tell you from experience, shit was rough.
That's heavy advice. Very heavy
Mm.
advice. I mean, this podcast is no exception. This is fun.
Yeah.
And I already told you, talked to you recently about who I had on the, who I'm going to have on the show. I've already had
Mm-hmm.
two members of Rex Viper, which is Angry Video Game Nerds cover band,
Yeah.
already on the show. In fact, the second episode will upload tonight, and today we're recording on September the 5th. So your episode will be released sometime next week. I say within 5 days.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, he was like the first person I ever started watching on YouTube. You know, remember when I like recommended him to you? I was like, hey, go check this dude out.
You and Larry Patterson did.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's pretty awesome, man. Congrats on that,
Thank you,
by the
but
way.
I
Yeah.
said this to you a million times, and I mean it, and it's on record. You're along for the ride, dude.
God, what does that mean?
It means that
What do you
wherever my
mean?
success takes me, you're coming with me.
Oh, okay. All
I'm
right.
going to take care of you.
Okay. Well, I'll be waiting for that check, Chris, whenever
Well,
it comes. All right.
speaking of which, you were the man who convinced me that being rich is not a bad thing because you want to help everyone around you and take care of them forever.
Uh, what was I?
Yes, you told me it's like I want to be rich so I take care of everyone.
Well, okay. You're talking. Okay, so the idea was that if I could find a way to get a few acres of land, I can have my entire family living on that piece of land, building their own house, doing whatever they want, putting a trailer on there. What do they want to do? Right? So that way nobody in my family is kind of left out in the cold and
Right.
not really know what to do. There's a lot of them, a lot of them are skating the edge. We all like, it's weird. Like my grandfather was such a successful dude. He was so successful. And I think a lot of it was my grandmother on top of helping him. But like he was so successful, but like all of his kids in one way or another just never reached his level of success in life. And some of them are in precarious situations. Like all of my family's getting older. Everybody's getting older. And honestly, we're all just like one paycheck away from being in the gutter at this
Yes.
point, right? All of us. So it would just be nice to have some sort of security blanket to be able to give my family. Because, man, I don't know. I don't know if it's like the Italian upbringing or what, but like it feels like they don't know what like real safety and love is. Like, as I didn't. But like since I've been on mood stabilizers, I'm starting to realize what it was.
How long now?
What, 3 months, maybe 3 or 4 months, something like that.
Enough time's passed. So how do you feel in
Yeah,
comparison?
it's like night and day, man. Like it's so weird. I don't know how to explain it, but once you get on the right medicine and it flips that light switch in your head, and you realize like, oh shit, I've done a lot of really fucked up shit in my life to a lot of people. And you start like going through all your mental laundry, so to
Uh,
speak, and smelling the different articles of your past, you know. And yeah, it's painful at first, right? But like it also makes you feel hope because you're like, okay, I can actually change now. Because like previous to this, I was such an angry person that I remember, this is actually kind of funny. I was going to write a bit about it. It's like every time I'm walking down the street and there's another guy coming down the street at me, I'm thinking in my head what I'm going to say to him if he fucks with me.
that sounds about right.
And that's some psycho shit, right? That's some like crazy Cro-Magnon fucking psycho shit, you know? Like like people don't need that part of their brain anymore.
No.
And it's all primarily because of the medicine that I'm able to realize that there are some like, gears missing in the machinery, so to speak.
Well, hopefully the medicine that you're taking will continue to do its job, and if not, improve upon. Which I have one for you too. Recently, my psychiatrist prescribed me Prozac.
All right. How is it? I
I feel
mean,
more out.
I don't know. I've never taken it, so I
I
don't
feel
know.
more outspoken. I feel more confident.
Yeah.
I feel like
Fuck,
I'm not
man.
gonna.
That's all that
It's like
matters.
I'll give you an example. I was over at my job earlier, and I was told lunches from this time to this time. Okay, I showed up at the time that lunch was supposed to be over for this office. I was told to knock on the door loud and hard. Okay, there was no answer. 5 minutes later, I was like, I gotta go. Where usually I probably would have waited, just like a sucker and just wait for nothing and look like an idiot.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not doing this. I gotta go.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Like once you get into like a healthy, kind of like a healthy outlook on things, it's kind of hard to piss you off anymore. That's what I'm finding. It's hard to piss me off at this point now. Like it still happens. I'm not. I'm not perfect yet, but I'll get
No,
there. I'll get there. I'll be perfect soon.
nobody's perfect. I mean,
Except for me. I'm perfect.
you heard it. Well, no, it's like because I've repressed for so long, I feel like I have all this. I have to let it all out. So I'm in that period where it's like just let it all out,
Yeah. Yeah, you're compensating for lost years basically,
more or
you
less.
know. Yeah, all that time that you didn't speak up and yeah. Yeah, yeah, I feel you. This same kind of thing for me. Yeah, you went through your whole life the same as me, like having to, well, maybe not like having to fight all the time, but uh I was I fought most of high school. It was terrible, right? And you get this part of your brain sort of like, okay. There's Orwell's Shooting an Elephant. You ever read George Orwell?
Animal Farm,
1984, Animal Farm. There you go.
love that book.
He,
But go ahead
he,
with shooting the elephant.
I just read it, so it's fresh in my mind. He says that we all wear masks and our faces grow to fit it, right? And that's sort of what I mean. Like my upbringing was so violent
Yes,
that that's how I coped with everything externally, right?
yes.
That's why I got into fighting. It's why I got into martial arts and stunt work and all that stuff because there was an aggression in there. and that was the thing that I used to deal with everything. Just get really angry about it, and maybe it'll go away. You know.
You mentioned martial arts. I remember when you were training for kung fu.
Yeah, what is it like? That's like in high school, right?
Around that time, yes.
Yeah.
You're training for kung fu, and you're like, like tapping your fingers on a board or something, and then eventually you'll get to the point where you grab someone's wrist like this, and the next thing you know, it's completely black and blue and purple.
Yeah, that's what they say. Yeah, they call that iron palm. What they do is they slap their hands on sand, right? Then gravel, and
Yes.
then rocks, and it just calluses up your hands, basically.
Ugh.
Yeah, yeah. The guy who used to teach that went to jail for diddling kids.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
scumbag.
yeah. You can look him up. Brian Gray. That was his name. Sherfu Brian Gray. Uh, but we went to New York one year, and we met a well, he was supposedly a Shaolin monk. I don't really know if he was, but his name was Xian Ming. He was. I mean, I've read about him. Apparently, he's he is the real deal. But there's some kind of like question as to whether or not like he got kicked out of China because he was beating the shit out of his wife. Like when I met that dude, and I have nothing else to say about that.
Don't have to. Don't have to. This is
How about
more.
a trans? How about that as a transition? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we talked about martial arts. Something unique you've been doing on your streams, and I have to point it out. I've never seen anyone in my life, then, now, or ever, do push-ups or squats during a live stream. Let's talk about that.
I mean, I need to lose weight, right?
Me
I'm
too.
gonna be I'm gonna be around for the family, so it's just how can I throw this in while I'm working, and that's just what I came up with. But it's been really fun, but also like really interesting. People come to see how much I'll do. I haven't been able to do it lately because of the school, but my plan in the future is to do IRL streaming, in real life streaming,
Sure.
walking around with a phone and like, kind of recording my workouts outside. It's just like right now, dude, it's so hot outside that it feels like you're dying.
Well,
It
especially
like
where you're located, which I'm not going to say out loud.
it doesn't matter. It's Florida, everybody knows.
You
But
said it, not me.
yeah, but it's hot as hell out here. It's really nasty, and you feel like you're dying when you're out there. So, you know, I don't want to have to do it more than once a day. So I'm probably going to start streaming that, and then the other plan is to start streaming while I'm in school, like actually streaming the campus and kind of doing like little Casey Neistat like blogs, vlogs, whatever.
You know what all this sounds like to me? Although it's kind of a lost thing, it feels like you're producing, creating, and directing your own reality show.
Yeah, a little
Except
bit.
it's not scripted.
No, yeah, no. It's just it is what it is.
People like realism. It's going to work.
Yeah. Hopefully, well, we'll see. I don't really care. I have nothing invested in it anymore, as far as like how many numbers it's going to get. Like for instance, that video I took down, I'm probably never going to make that go live, even though it took me 3 months. What I'm most likely going to do is just go and re-edit it down and leave the original version for the patrons and
Sure.
kick the more cut down, more streamlined version to the YouTubers. You know, because I don't think people have that much of an attention span anymore, and trying to put out a 2.5 hour long video is just too much for people.
I think that as each year passes on, more people are diagnosed with ADHD.
Let me tell you something about that. Here,
Go ahead.
Strat. Here, we should call this Strat explains a bunch of shit. Yeah, I feel like getting like pirate software and just like start drawing shit like and explain obvious things to people. Um, so what the hell was I saying? I'm an old man, shit goes in and out of my head. What the fuck was I talking about?
You're trying to get into work mode. You're talking about Strat explains everything.
Eh, oh well, let's go rewind the tape and go see what the hell it was senile old fucking Paul was trying to say before.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that was about what the hell is it about? This is killing me. It's killing because it was important.
Well,
Shit.
I think you're talking about your videos on your type of content that you create on your
Oh,
channel.
the attention span. There it is.
How ironic.
Ooh. Yeah. Time is. I'm gonna be real senile. I'm 60. All right. So the attention span thing. So our kids, for a very long time, were playing games I hate that I did not want them playing. Right. But they use the excuse of like, oh well, I can't talk to my friends. I want to talk to my friends. It's the only way I could talk to them, right? So we got them cell phones, little flip phones, right? And we're like, here you go. Now you can talk to your friends. And we took the games away from them finally, right? Now we have one child who's autistic, right? And unfortunately, he had a lot of trouble like expressing himself and talking, right? But he has been cold turkey off the games for like almost 2 months. And by games, I mean Fortnite, Rocket League, Roblox, right? He's been like 2 months cold turkey off that. He won't shut up. You can't get him to stop talking. Now, think about that for a minute. These kids, a lot of them, are playing these damn games so much that they never have a social interaction outside of a game, but maybe twice a day, which means they're not adroit at social interactions or conversations. And like, I could see it when I go to school. Like, you start talking to the kid next to you, and he's just like, ooh, ooh. He's like very nervous, and you're like, oh, you poor little fucker, you know? Like, you don't stand a fucking chance. This world's gonna eat you alive, kid.
Oh my god.
It's gonna eat you the fuck alive. But it's like that for almost all of them, right? Like I met this girl at the programming class who's kind of close to she's probably a lot younger than me, but um I was talking to her. She's going there for IT, and she started a conversation with me, right? So that means that like our generation will talk to one another, you know. But theirs, oh man, it's so sad, dude. It's like I'm not trying to be old man yells at clouds.
Sure,
Don't
sure.
get me wrong. I'm not trying to be that guy because I take up for these kids because dude,
Excuse me.
this world is not set up for them to succeed. You know what I mean? It never was. And COVID really fucked these kids up, you know? So it's sad. And I think that these games and social media and all of these things combined is just chipping away at these kids' self esteem and their social abilities, you know?
You really think so?
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, especially social media. You wouldn't believe how pervasive digital bullying is and how horrible it is. Like, you thought the bullying we went through was bad. Imagine the shit that they're now going through where bullying has no walls or boundaries, right? Like, we used to be able to get out of school and go home and not have to deal with the shit no more,
Right.
right? You get a break from it. Not them. They get it at home, they get it at school, they get it at the bus stop. And then you got all these kids shooting up schools. Now you tell me, what do you think is going on? You know? We're getting real deep on here. I'm sorry.
No, no, you're fine. I mean, you're talking.
Redirect me somewhere else. Get me off of this.
All right, let's talk about your channel and what it's about.
Um, I don't know. What is it about? I actually don't legitimately know. That's part of the problem. That's
Well,
why
let's
I was
see.
never successful, because I never knew what the fuck it was.
Well, you have two channels: Strat-Edgy Gaming, which is right here on the shirt.
Yeah.
So I wore this shirt for this episode just for you.
Hmm.
And then there's another one called Stratcast, and Stratcast has shorter videos. And you did a few live streams. One of them about what was it? You were setting up a steering wheel for one of your kids, and that was friggin' hilarious. I still watch that at least once a month.
You know, I did that shit on purpose, right?
I wish I
Because it
hadn't
was
said that, but that's
hilarious.
okay. I know you
Yeah,
did.
no,
But
I did it on purpose because it was hilarious. I thought it was hilarious, and it was. It was.
and that's where you came up with the $5 per squat.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh. Oh yeah. Fuck. That's right. I made that joke. Like, I'll start at OnlyFans and I'll do some hot tub streams and I'll do $5 a squat. Yeah.
And then you're like this.
Deep squats too, man. You can see the toe and everything.
Mm-hmm. And then I think you were responding as you were testing the steering wheel out, and someone said something about you, and you're like, "I'm Italian, motherfucker." Like, where'd that come from?
I don't know. Where does this shit that come out of my mouth come from? I don't know. The
Well, there is
deepest
one.
recesses of my unconscious.
There was one video that you made that really struck me. It was the time in your life when you went full black hat, and I told you, I think it was last year, where I said that I'm thinking about jumping down that robber hole, and you begged me not to do it. You're like, don't do it.
Well, and it's a good thing I did that too, because I realized something after being on medicine and have my mood stabilized, that the reason I was so successful was not because I was a scoundrel or a backstabber. I worked really, really hard at that job, right? And for contrast, it's not really hard to be better than people who don't do shit all day, which was like my coworkers. They didn't do a damn thing. And I had to fire that one guy and all that stuff, right? Well,
Which you
the
didn't
fact
have a
of the
choice, by the way.
yeah, no, I didn't, but like, I should have did it earlier, because the whole issue is that, like, when you work in help desk, I was like the team lead for that hospital, and when you're working in help desk, you have these different tiers of tickets, right? You've got an E1, an E2, and an E3, right? E3 is like, hurry the hell up and get here, because it's an emergency. People are going to die, right? Get it. You got an hour to get that shit solved, literally, right? And we didn't get many of those, but we would get a ton of E2s and a shitload of E1s. E1s are like, you have a week or 2 weeks or something like that to get it done. And that's the majority of the tickets. So these guys would let those tickets sit in their queue until they were about to expire, and then they would do them. So I said to myself, I'm going to distinguish myself from these people by never having a ticket ever in my queue that could be solved that day, right? So they looked like schmucks because they were doing the least amount of work they could do, and I looked like a fucking superstar in comparison because I was doing everything. I even did their tickets. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
One by one, I went to all their sites when they weren't there and just cleared out all their tickets. And they came back and they were gone.
But then you should have been getting their paychecks if they're not going to put in the effort.
No. That wasn't the point.
I get
right?
it. I get it.
The point was, like, you people are lazy fucking slobs.
Yes.
And I wanted to show you how fucking lazy you are by completing almost all of your tickets in a single day. And my own.
How
You
many
know,
did you work on average per day? Like 20, 30?
so well for me, you know, because I was competent, you know, uh, not many, right? So I had plenty of time because I might get 7 tickets a day, right? And I print. What I do is first thing I do is go in, attend the meeting, tell them what I have to do, and then print out every ticket, right? And then I grab a cart, look at all the tickets, find the equipment that I need, right? Put it in the cart, and just go room to room to room to room until I was done. And I'd usually finish sometime around 11. So I'd have all
Wow.
these hours left over after, so I would just go do their tickets.
Wow.
And the management saw that and they were like, "Well, we're going to make you regional lead." And I'm like, "Okay,
Regional lead.
sounds good." Yeah, I'll take it. But
Was
yeah,
the wage increase dramatic, or was it just a tiny bit?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I went from like, okay, so in 6 months, I went from $16 an hour to
Hmm.
$42,000 a year to I think it was like 68, and that was just like in 6 months, right? And that was
Wow.
just because like work ethic. That was just because
Yes.
I worked super hard, and I lucked out by having coworkers who didn't do their work. You know, they made me look really good. So that's what I realized it was. It wasn't that I was being a piece of shit.
Hmm.
It's that I was just legitimately better than the people who were in the building with me. Now, if I had been at another site and they had all been competent, it would have been a race to the top, you know?
Yeah.
I would have been competing with everybody to get to the top. And that's different. But so I guess what I'm saying is surround yourself with idiots and then you look smart by comparison. Okay?
You don't think I haven't already done that?
Yeah, well, that's good. You're learning, you know. That's why like a really pretty girl always walks around with an ugly girl. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So, boy.
So,
But memories of Delaware, man. Let's talk about Delaware because you know most people don't even know Delaware is like a place that exists.
I remember a long time ago you used to say, "Welcome to Wilmington, a place to be a dead body."
No, 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 you got it wrong. No, no, no. It's Wilmington is a place to be somebody, and I
Right?
said Wilmington, a place to be a body.
I thought it was dead body. That's what I thought it meant.
No, no, place to be a body.
Oh,
Because like for, you know, for what was it like a 3 year stretch? It was the murder capital of the country.
it was.
Yeah, yeah. They were laying bodies out. Like I always explain this to people because people don't know where the hell Delaware is, right?
Right.
And then I say, yeah, I kind of grew up in the ghetto, right?
Hmm.
Like next to one of the most notorious in Delaware, I would say, aside from maybe Wilmington 13th Street, right? Probably one of the most notorious, Brookmont Farms, right?
Crookmont Farms.
Crookmont Farms, that's right, baby. So nobody ever believes me because their issue is like, oh, it's Delaware. Like, what do you guys got going on there? It's like surprisingly a fucking lot, man. Like, let me ask you a question. Do you know where your coke and heroin comes from? Do you? Because it comes from Delaware. And it's where they cut it. You know? Because like all the shit comes from Colombia and Mexico and so on, right?
Right.
And then it makes its way up the coastline up to Delaware, where they chop it all up. They get that baking soda out and they chop it all up. And then they distribute it to New York and Philly and New Jersey and everywhere else in Maine and all that. Like, people don't realize that. Delaware was like the capital for that for a very long time. And that's how it got so crazy. Because there were like competing gangs. They were laying bodies out for like every day. It was like I think it was 30 murders in 30 days for 3 years. I think
Oh my
that's what it
God.
was. Yeah, dude, Wilmington was nuts.
That's why I
And
stayed out of there.
yeah, everybody talks about like Philly, right? And Philly has some scary places. I'm not gonna
Sure.
lie, but if you have never been down a one-way street on 13th Street and there are dudes in the middle of the street who aren't getting out of the way, your heart's going like this. You're like, oh shit, what's gonna happen here?
Right out of your chest.
Yeah, because I remember being in Philly and I took a wrong turn and was down there by these I think they were called like Bambi cleaners, which is like a big thing in Philly for some reason, right? And once you start seeing the Bambi cleaners, it's time to get the hell out of there, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah, because that's the place where shit goes down, right?
Oh my God.
And I was really young when I went there, and I we didn't know any better. We just like turned down the wrong road, right? And the guy that was driving was like, okay, y'all buckle up because I ain't stopping at any of these signs. He just gunned it through there, dude. He just gunned it. He didn't stop at any sign, man. This shit was crazy, man.
Probably the one road you want probably have to go 88 miles an hour.
Yeah, he was just like, dude, we're not stopping at any of these stop signs, man.
Never again.
Yeah. But
So,
yeah.
let's see. You other things in Delaware. Well, was President Biden. You know, he used to go.
You mean the clone Biden? No.
Supposedly, or the robot, the android,
Yeah.
the cyborg, the cybernetic organism.
Yeah. Oof. I I heard that was trending on Twitter, and a little part of me wanted to die a little bit. You know, that people were saying Joe Biden's a clone, because I was just like thinking, like, okay, wait a minute. So you're gonna tell me that they're gonna invest that kind of money in research technology into cloning a doddering old fuck who could barely walk around and talk, and they're going to clone him one for one? Like, we're going to make a clone of him that is as stupid as he was when we cloned him? But like, what the fuck is the point of that? Like, okay. All right. That's what we're doing then, I guess. Jesus Christ.
That was so stupid.
I mean, dude, I thought it was pretty clear that it was stupid, but I had a friend that got really pissed off at me for saying that. And I just like, it was like, really? You know, like the least controversial thing I've ever said.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So, did you watch the new Superman yet?
Mm-mm.
Supposedly, Metropolis is once again officially in Delaware.
What do you mean?
Metropolis, the city where Superman takes place, is technically Delaware.
Why do you why though?
From the early days of the comics, and then when James Gunn took over to direct and co-write, then he decides, like, you know what, Metropolis never technically had a state. Let's give it a state. Oh, it was Delaware then? We'll make it again. And supposedly
Really?
Gotham City is in southern New Jersey.
Southern New
Yes,
Jersey?
southern New Jersey.
Southern, like fucking Sewell and Cherry Hill and shit like that.
No, that's is that southern? I thought that was central.
Sewell is like southern. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know where Cherry Hill is. It might actually be in Pennsylvania, but
No, it's Jersey.
regardless, like, really? Because that sounds more like Camden than it does Sewell.
It could.
You know, that's funny, man. Shit,
Yeah, it is.
I didn't know that.
Let's see. Other than that, I mean, not much has changed. I mean, everything's the same. I know you'll never come back here unless you absolutely had to.
No, I was actually thinking about it for a little while there, because I have no reason to not be there. I've never not like been Dude, I've always kind of liked Delaware, mostly like Newark, Christiana, that area, you know. And the beach, Rehoboth is my
Yep.
jam,
Yep.
you know, Ocean City, Maryland,
Yep.
you know, but you know, it is small, and you do have to go out of state to actually do really fun stuff, you know. Like I don't even know if we even had like a Six Flags. I think the closest one was in Jersey, right?
That's right. I think it's like an
Yeah.
hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah. So we didn't have anything, man. We didn't even have like a second rate amusement park. You know what I
No.
mean? You can go to Rehoboth. You used to be able to go to Rehoboth and ride the teacups.
Yeah. I don't know if they're still around or not.
I don't even know if that boardwalk is even the same because you remember like those couple years where it flooded so bad that the sand embankment had like sucked up the entire boardwalk.
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't even know if that shit's around anymore. You know what I
Maybe.
miss? You know what I miss about Delaware and the beach? Can you guess?
No.
Oh, come on, man. You fucking know me better than that. Come on. What's the one thing? The one thing that I fucking loved the most about Delaware?
The arcades?
Ah, damn it. Come on. Grotto's Pizza.
Of course.
Fucking Grotto's, man. Like I remember this one guy, this dude I used to work with. Um I can't remember his name. Anyway, he used to say that Grotto's was just like ketchup and cheese, right? And I
Ugh.
was like, "You take that back, you motherfucker! You take that back, you lying whore! I'll slap the taste out of your mouth." Grotto's is just so dope, dude. I miss it
Pizza,
so much.
pizza, fries, cheesesteaks.
Yeah. The thing I miss the most though is Thrasher's beach fries. The salt and vinegar fries.
Yes.
Yeah, man, exactly.
And then occasionally you'll lose a couple of French fries, and the seagulls will pick them up.
Yeah. Yeah, I miss that stuff, man. I miss the beach.
I do too.
Have you been up there recently or like what does it
No,
look like?
no. Trying to figure out why I didn't. Oh, I know why. Because I was doing things I shouldn't have, like spending my money like a drunken sailor.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like,
Eh.
well, guess what? You got no money to do anything else, so you're stuck at home.
Yeah, and that, you know what? That causes its own kind of depression. I think that's why like addicts just fall into depression and addiction, right? Because it's like you can't do anything else but the addiction because the addiction takes away your ability to do those things, which makes you more sad, more indulgent in the addiction, right? It's like a feedback loop, you know?
But then finally, eventually, you're gonna put your foot, you're gonna stomp your foot on the ground, saying no more, and then you're going to make massive changes, which I have.
Yeah, and you have to because if you don't, you end up
It's just a
in a
matter of
ditch
discipline.
somewhere.
It's
Yeah,
discipline. That's all it is.
yeah,
I
that's
mean,
true.
and so I decided no more takeout for as long as absolutely necessary. That only buy food that I'm going to cook. That's
Mm-hmm.
been working, by the way, just so you know.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm not buying any more video games anytime soon. And one of my friends I served with overseas in Japan years ago said to me, "Have you tried the new Metal Gear?" I'm like, "I'm not buying it, but I want to play, but I'm not going to buy it yet." He goes, "Well, why not?" You have to understand, Will. His name's Will. I have so many games that I need to play just to play them that they've been collecting dust over the years. I had enough. I'm putting my foot down. I'm going to play every game one at a time as long as it takes. When I'm ready to play, then I'll buy it. I'm not going to buy in advance. It just doesn't work. So you know what he did? Because he's a big fan of the podcast. He bought me a copy.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool.
Bought me a copy of the game.
You know, you just stumbled onto an idea, right?
Go on.
Well, you like of all the people I know, you probably have the largest collection of games that I've of all the people that I know. Fair to say.
It doesn't have to be physical, does it?
Well, physical, yeah. I mean, like you used to have all the. You don't have those physicals anymore. Your Nintendo and all that stuff. Like you didn't get rid of those, right?
No, 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 no.
Oh, okay.
Um,
I was gonna say
We
what?
did back in the day, okay. And then
Yeah,
a
of
few
course.
years
Yeah,
ago, I started to slowly rebuild my collection. Yes, I have
yeah,
a Nintendo, a Super Nintendo. I have a Nintendo 64. I have a Nintendo GameCube with the Game Boy player on the bottom, so you can play Game Boy games on the television set.
yeah.
Uh, I have a Wii U, not those regular Wii. Maybe one day, not right now. I have a Wii U. I have a Switch. No Switch 2 yet because I heard bad things, at least for now. Um,
You got to
I
see what's gonna happen with that one, man.
and
Because
you
you
know
know they're
what?
gonna come out with a new version of it in like 2 years.
Yeah, an OLED version,
Yeah, because these current ones aren't OLED for whatever fucking reason,
or
so
you
they
get
can re-release them
and then
basically.
you get the PS5 only to find out, oh, there's a Pro. I got to upgrade, which I did.
Yeah, I mean, I have the Xbox, and honestly, I like it. I really like it. It's the first Microsoft product I've bought since like the 360, right? Um, and I've been a Sony fanboy since PS1,
Right.
right? But I do not have a PS5. I don't plan on having one anytime soon. Couldn't care less about it,
Well,
you
you
know?
don't need one if you have a good working PC. You could just buy games off Steam, right?
Yeah, but there's games that you can't get. Like the one that really kills me is the Demon Souls remake because I wanted to
Yeah.
play it, but I saw what they did to it, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pass on that one because they changed a lot of the art style for whatever reason. Like I don't know why they did that, and they fundamentally changed the I don't know what you would call it, the oeuvre or the aura of the game, the
Hmm.
ambience, right? And yeah, I didn't appreciate that. I feel like when when you're remastering a game like that, fuck with the fidelity, but don't change the designs unless the designs were just that bad and they needed to be changed, you know. And I don't think there was anything wrong with that game that needed to be changed.
Um,
But I can't think of anything else on PS5 that I actually want.
have you thought about playing this on PC?
I never liked the original. I'm not gonna lie, I never liked the original. So I
Uh,
thought there was too much hunting around for shit, and I wasn't a fan of that.
no.
No, I mean Resident Evil was too, but like it was different.
I,
Like
it was
Silent Hill was a lot of fucking around. Mhm.
well, well. I mean, you've heard this a million times. So I might as well say it one more just to get it on record here on this episode. But you got me into Resident Evil, and I hate you for it.
Why? It's like your
I'm
favorite
being
game.
facetious. I'm being facetious
Okay.
because I think tonight I'm going to completely 100% finish Resident Evil 4 remake, so that way I can start live streaming here and
Mhm.
also work on. I have a couple of courses signed up on Udemy. You've heard of that site, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
because I have a DaVinci Resolve class I want to finish. It's like that was what I was trying to tell you a few days ago when you started doing live streams, just doing homework. It's like you're live streaming your homework. I need to get off my ass and just do editing. If I want to watch TV, I have a second monitor right here. I have no excuse. So thank you.
Oh, well, great, man. Yeah, the only way to learn it is just do it, man.
I
Just
mean,
pick a project and try it,
the
you
Prozac's
know?
help in that regard, I
Yeah.
believe, because it's like now I have a lot more courage and I'm not afraid to fail.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. I don't know why I've never had that problem because you would think somebody with really low self-esteem would be the first person to suffer from that. But I think
You knew
I
I
get
lived
it.
with that fear all my life. You know that.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I think like I was always just really excited to try things that I didn't care if I failed. I just wanted the experience of trying it. And that's how I think I look at everything. That's why I've been able to like do so many different things because it's just like I don't know. I didn't think about like but what if I never do anything with it. I just thought like, fuck, this is cool. I can't wait to learn about it, you know?
Well, and it's like I think you told me this a long time ago, that, or at least a lot within the last few years, that like, okay, you're trying something new. It's not like trying out a new video game you never played before. You're going to die 100 times, but eventually you're going to get good at it. So just keep at it. Just keep trying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't think, don't ever be afraid to try something, man, because
No,
you never know, you might stumble onto something that you're just like, oh shit, this is it. This is the thing. Like I did with writing. It's like, this is
it,
the thing for me.
it's that fear of failure that was instilled upon me when I was growing up.
Yeah.
You can relate. You were there.
Yeah.
I mean, you were there to witness it. Unfortunately for you,
Yeah.
because it's like no one should have to go through that.
Yeah. But that idea, the thing you stumbled onto. So
Sure,
you have all this physical media, right?
sure.
Like, what if you just, I don't know, streamed every game that you own, right?
Yes.
One by one, no matter what game it is, no matter how shitty the game is, and try to beat it. Each one of them. Even the really fucking impossible to beat ones, right?
Silver Surfer, Nintendo. You were there on my 12th birthday.
Yeah.
You were
Yeah.
there, and you gave me a Ninja Turtle action figure, Donatello with a top hat and a trench coat.
Did
That's
I?
Yes, you did. You were there,
Oh, that's dope.
and we had tacos for dinner, and my mouth was almost on fire.
All right. Wow. You remember more about my past than I do, man. It's funny.
Well,
Like,
there's also things you hadn't told me, but that's none of my business.
you know, like getting punched in the head over and over again is like rattled loose some memories, I think, in my brain.
Maybe.
But yeah, it's an idea, man. Like, you know, here's my catalog, here's all the games, here's my checklist, here's all the games that I'm gonna do. And you just like just be 100% raw, just what you feel every time you die. You know, what are you feeling right now? Don't hold back. Could be very interesting, you know,
Even if I
especially
get like
if
super
you're
angry, you want me to just
no, not even that. No. What I'm saying is, don't act.
no.
Genuine reactions to shit. You know, don't hold back, but don't like over project. Just be you. And I think it would be interesting to see you climb that hill, right?
You want me to do the same thing for live streaming as I already am here on the podcast, just being 100% real.
Yeah, but like also challenging yourself in ways that most people don't challenge themselves.
Yeah.
Because that's why people watch those kind of videos, because they're just like, man, I've always wanted to do that. I've always wanted to see what it was like, and I never got a chance to. You know, that's why guys like do the no hit runs of like Silver Surfer and shit like that, you know?
Oh, God.
And you want to talk about really hard. I mean, I watched a guy 100% Fallout 4 on a no hit run.
Wow.
And as soon as he would get hit, he would just delete the save and start over, no matter how far he was into it. And it was heartbreaking every time. But I watched it. I watched it because it was gripping television, man. It had everything. It had drama. It had stakes. You know what I mean? You were rooting for that guy. Come on, man. And you always got to give people a happy ending. Always got to beat it.
So
you know what I'm saying?
Should I tell you what my I think I told you about this years ago, but not recently, where I wanted a portion of my YouTube channel to be video game reviews as just myself with the volume turned way up. You remember the episode "Plumbers Don't Wear Ties" that the nerd did?
Mm-mm.
I'm going to double down. I'm going to double down, and here's the game.
Man Enough?
Yes.
The ultimate social adventure. That sounds fun.
I already got all the footage recorded. Now I just have
Yeah.
to just write the script.
Okay.
This is a spoiler alert, ladies and gentlemen. Just fair warning. I'm only doing this because, you know, I don't get to talk to Strat enough, and this is my one shot, so I want to make sure he knew.
Well, one of the things I've learned since I've been back in school is that my writing style is bad. The way I organize my thoughts, right?
Sure.
And if you ever need help organizing your scripts, let me know, because I've been learning a lot from my composition class, and it's reminding me of rules of essay writing that I had forgotten. To put it another way.
I could do one better. I could just send you what I have, and then you could just help me out as you go whenever the time allows you. Because I understand
Well,
you're a very busy
it's
guy
a
too.
lot it's a lot more work to fix something after it's already been written
Oh
than
yeah,
it is to plan it correctly. You know what I'm saying?
of course I
It's a
do.
pre-write. Yeah.
Yes,
So the pre-writing is the thing I can help you with. And if I help you with the pre-writing enough, you won't have a problem with the script writing.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I'm just sharing with you because you asked, and I said absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about just now. I'm talking about in the past.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But again, I mean, we don't interact enough. I mean, this is the longest we've interacted recently, so it's like that's why I spoiled my own I'll call my
Yeah.
masterpiece review.
Yeah, I mean, the the job, man, the job was killing me. So now that I'm not like really too terribly worried, right? Because like I'm going to school, I'm more worried about that than
Yes,
anything.
yes,
I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. I'm gonna be
I
honest.
could see it. I could see it in your
Yeah,
eyes.
yeah. And the next video that I write is gonna be written because I want to write it, not because I have to.
You told me what it's going to be. I'm not going to repeat it unless you want to. But once you said, well, no, it was on your latest live stream. We talked about that.
Are you talking about the Metal Gear Solid
Yes, I am.
idea? Oh,
Yes, I
okay.
am.
Yeah, man, I really want to do that. It's my favorite, all-time favorite game
I
of
was with
all
you when you
time.
first played it, and then I bought my
Yeah.
copy not long after.
Well, do you remember how like I beat it in like one sitting? Like I played it for 20 hours straight and beat it.
Yes,
The first one. Yeah.
yes.
I was obsessed with that game. I immediately started another playthrough and did it again on like the was it extreme difficulty or some shit?
So
I
sounds about
forget.
right.
Yeah. And then it was like European extreme for the third one, and yeah. Like, dude, I love those games.
Wait a minute, you still have the PS3 bundle.
Mm-hmm.
So do I. And you
I will never get rid of it.
neither will I.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can.
Unfortunately, I can't stream it. I can't record it because the PS3 had HDCP, which is a copy protection software embedded in the GPU in the video. So you cannot record it with an external video card capture device.
What?
Yes, except for one, the original Elgato capture card that they don't sell anymore. And I
I want.
used to own it,
Well,
and I sent it to you actually, if I remember correctly. Yeah,
I believe you did, but then I
yeah,
want to. But I wasn't ready then because I wasn't writing. I wasn't ready up here. Because I was
yeah,
still
yeah.
going through stuff. But
Do you
fast
still
forward.
have it?
I think so.
Are you going to use it?
Don't, for PS3, I will. But I have my own card.
Okay.
I think I showed you what I
No,
had,
no,
and
no, no. If it's, I'm telling you, that card that I sent you is the only one that works because it has that special round cable,
yep.
and that is what decrypts the signal.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
I gotta
So
clear out the studio here and make it look cleaner and more presentable because right now there's crap everywhere. I'll tell you what I'll do. I find it. I'll send a pic to you.
to what? I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I'll send a picture. Once I clear out my studio, I have
Okay.
to clean it. There's stuff everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, so if you're gonna stream from the PS3, you need that card. So
Well,
yeah,
shoot.
don't even waste your time with like the other one that you own because it's not gonna work.
Right.
unfortunately.
I'll what I'll do is I have a label maker, and I'll just say PS3 only on this one, and then
Yeah,
for the rest, be
yeah.
fine. But like I said, I had to clear out my studio. In fact, what was it? A few weeks ago, I went to another horror convention, and I picked this up.
Oh, that's cool.
Wait a minute, it lights
Oh,
up too.
nice. Pretty cool.
I gotta get the guy who made this. He has an Etsy store, and he happened to sell it. Let me see if I can get him on the podcast.
That's pretty cool looking, man. Yeah. Did you
I'm just
see
trying to
the
get.
Joe Dante Red Letter episode?
Not yet.
No.
Wait a minute. You're talking about you?
No, Joe Dante.
Yeah, I know Joe Dante, but what about him? Red Letter?
Red Letter Media. You don't know who they are?
No.
Oh, dude. Well, I'm about to blow your fucking mind, man. Go on YouTube. Go on YouTube. Type in Red Letter Media and go watch these guys. Start with the Mr. Plinkett reviews. Start with them. You'll love those. Shit, man. I just got to turn you on to like the best YouTubers on the platform, man. That's awesome.
Wait a minute.
That makes me feel great.
1.58 million subscribers.
Yeah. I've been watching them since they were just, a couple 100,000.
Well, I just subscribed.
Nice. Yeah, watch the Plinkett Star Wars reviews. So good. Classics. Classic
Oh my goodness.
YouTube. Yeah.
Okay, I got something to do tonight then. Once I turn my brain off.
Yeah, I'm about to go play some Path of Exile too after I eat.
So question on that: how has your diet been treating you? Have you doing better? Because I used to eat was it fish and rice all the time once years ago.
Oh, like when I was boxing? Yeah. Because like fish and rice.
Not just
is a
boxing. You were
boxer's
just
diet.
trying to get in shape overall.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it was really more for like cutting weight to like qualify for tournaments and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Because you got to cut weight, and like the fish and brown rice
Mm-hmm.
and rye everything, right? So rye bread, rye crackers, so on and so on, right? Because you don't want bread because there's nothing in that. It's
Right.
just empty, right?
Yep.
And you don't want to eat red meat because red meat will sit in your stomach for a lot longer. You can't pass it. So you do fish and then you can do chicken once a week. And that's pretty much the diet, And that's
What kind of
for
fish?
cutting
You
weight.
recommended salmon at one point, right?
Well, that's what I was used to. Because the only kind of fish I knew how to cook was like lemon pepper salmon.
Yeah, I remember
Right.
because you used to brag about it.
Yeah, but nowadays I'll eat cod, fried cod. Walleye is awesome. Walleye is dope. That is a freshwater fish, I believe. Walleye. You get it up in Minnesota and up in the lakes, and it's delicious because it has flavor in it. The freshwater fish usually are flavorful, in my
Mhm.
opinion, right? And they fry it up, and it's just really good. Pollock and all that kind of stuff, man. There's all kinds of really great fish out there. Just don't eat tilapia. I'm going to tell you a story about tilapia, and maybe you already know this because you were on these ships.
Go ahead.
So in the Navy, when they flush the poop deck, so to speak, they shoot all that shit out the back of the ships, right?
Right.
And you would see tilapia eating it, like jumping out and eating it and shit.
Home port. Eh, consistently home port.
Yeah,
You saw those types of fish. I'm like,
yeah.
and if God forbid you were on the side of the ship and someone pushes you or you fall into the water, you're gonna get like 100 shots in,
Mm.
100 ejections.
Oof, gross.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. So stay away from tilapia. Stay away from that.
absolutely.
Catfish is pretty good, but it's bad for you. It's not good for you
Uh,
because it's a bottom feeder. They taste amazing, but they are a bottom feeder.
a bottom feeder.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Meaning they eat stuff off the bottom of the ocean and the floor of the, or not ocean, but the floor. So they're the big flat looking fish that have the mouth on the bottom, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
makes sense now.
yeah, and they feed off the bottom, same as flounder, and that's why those fishes taste good, but they're not good for. They're very fatty fish.
Ugh,
Yeah,
can't have that.
yeah.
But
But if you're looking to lose weight, I can tell you how to do it. It just takes discipline.
like I said,
Yeah. Do you have any walking trails over by you?
walking. Yeah, of course I do.
Yeah. Anything that's like a mile or more?
Plenty of there's plenty of places to go. There's even 4896, that big park.
4896. Is that the one by my mom's house?
No, no,
No.
it's the
Which one
4890.
is that?
That well
The one by my
that was
mom.
next. That was that no 896 is where your old high school was.
Glasgow?
Yeah,
G High? G High?
but there's a park off 896 and Route 40 intersection, and plenty of miles of trails, plenty.
Yeah. Huh. Well, cool. Yeah, and that's what you should do. That's what I've been doing. Um, I do like 3 miles a day. So I just walk around and for Florida, that's okay because it's like 98 degrees and you're you're dying by the end of it. You know, but if you just do that like every day, just do like 2-3 miles every day, the weight will just melt right off you.
Well, the good news is that falls around the corner.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I'll have more of an incentive to go out and just walk and lose weight.
yeah,
And it's like, well, like I said, I'm not doing takeout anytime soon, if ever. For quite a while. I'm eating much healthier. I'm have no cat. Well, I mean, until last weekend when I had a friend of mine crash at my place for a few days. He wanted soda. I was like, I don't want any caffeine in my house, but fine, I'll get it for you. But it's like I've got like a 12 pack left of zero sugar Pepsi. I'm trying not to drink. I mean, it's there. I'm aware it's there, but I have no desire to touch it because it's just like soda bad, water good.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
As a matter of fact, check it out.
yeah.
Alkaline water.
What I don't. Oh, alkaline water. Okay, gotcha. No
Supposed to be better
pH.
than supposed to be better than your average spring water.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know.
Man, I tell you
I'm
what.
I'm used I'm used to drinking that tap water.
Man, I tell you what. One, maybe two of these first thing in the morning, you're ready to take on the world. You don't even need caffeine.
Oh yeah. All right. Cool.
Well, again, going back to the whole discipline thing, it's like because I want to, not because I have to, because I want to, because I want to feel better. I want to take better care of myself. If I do
Right.
that, I'm being obvious here. So, excuse me, and maybe a little naive where it's like if you take better care of your body, the better you're going to feel.
No, it's not naive. That's yeah, 100%. Like fat on your body is like a inflammatory, right?
Mm-hmm.
So autoimmune diseases, arthritis, fatty liver, all that stuff is like a direct result of having extra body fat and carrying it around, and not to mention like knees, hips, back, all that kind of thing. So the minute you start cutting weight, you feel amazing. Not to mention that when you burn fat, all of the shit that was stored inside of that fat gets released back into your blood. So if you're like me and you were, a lot, when you start losing weight, you start feeling really good for some reason. It's because all these like dormant, strains of pot or
I
like
was just about to
inside of
ask
your
you,
fat.
do you still?
No, I
No.
can't. No, because of the school. I like will take like a little piece of a gummy to go to sleep because it'll put me to sleep. Because if I
C-
don't, I won't sleep.
CBD or THC?
It's called Delta 9, but it's THC. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. It's legal out here. So
Well, and Delaware, I don't know if you know that we were talking about Delaware earlier. Statewide, Delaware is perfectly legal. In fact, there's dispensaries now in Delaware where you can buy edibles and THC and CBD products
without a card.
without a card.
Oh God, I want to move to Delaware. So bad. I gotta finish school though. Damn it.
We could. So all right. So if you did reconsider, we got plenty of time to talk. So I'll just leave it at that for the time being. It's like,
Okay.
okay, we'll talk.
All right.
That,
Well, look, I
I don't
gotta
want to
get
get
going,
into it too
man.
deep because it's like, it's like I'd love to have you back here, but I don't want you here if you're going to be miserable.
No, I'm too old for that. I'm too old to be miserable.
No, no, no. I'm just looking out for you. Is all.
Yeah. Look, I got to get going. I'm gonna go eat. But it's been good talking to you, man.
Well,
And
I appreciate you being here on the Crazy Geezer podcast. Please promise me this will not be your last episode.
hey, man, you never know. Let me know, and I'll be on here. You know, if you want me on to talk to somebody else with you, I could do that too. You know, I don't mind.
I'll keep you posted. So go eat,
All right.
and
Yeah.
I will provide your links in the description.
Okay.
Your was it your Patreon and both your YouTube channels. And if you like what you see, like, share, comment, subscribe. And until next time, this is Crazy Geezer here saying, "Life's like a video game. Either play it or you get played."